which MBA suits you. Although this video is about whether you should do 2-year MBA, 1-year MBA, executive MBA or part-time MBA, but let me tell you, the people who are bothered by this question are the people who are freshers or who have less experience. And that is okay. I'll tell you why. So allow me a couple of minutes to ease all your issues with respect to what sort of MBA you should go for. Stay with me for next 2-3 minutes and see all your worries melt away. I'm going to take two perspectives to deal with that. Then I'm going to mix those perspectives to help you with this. Then I'll tell you what to do. First is the work experience perspective, and this is the most important perspective. If you have a work experience between 0 and 3 years, you should go for a 2-year regular MBA. Reason is very simple. When you have no work experience or say 2.5, 3 years of work experience, you are not fully aware of the industry, or you are not fully convinced that you want to work in that industry, which means it is easy for you to decide the career type where you want to go. There is a lot of flexibility that is offered in 2-year MBA. The time duration that is there in it gives you enough time to work really hard on yourself and not be very hard on yourself. And most top B schools you will see, especially in India, like the IMS, they offer general business management. In fact, IMS do not give any specialization. But if you want to build any specialization within that, they give you a great opportunity to select n number of optional subjects. But they will never call it MBA in marketing. And that is the best part of it. And most of the people who go there are within this group. Now that depends from IM to IM as to how much focus they give on what sort of experience. But more or less, if you open the placement report and the batch profile, it can be between 0 and 4 years. Then slightly above that becomes less in number. Second thing is, if you have an experience of 4 to 7 years, you should go for 1-year regular MBA. Reason is very simple, better return on investment. If you have already worked for 4 years, 5 years, 7 years, you would not want to be out of your job, out of the money for 2 years straight. And this gives you a better chance. Plus, as compared to the category above it, here you are more aware of what you want to be. And that's why many people within this category go for executive MBA also, which is, by the way, my third element here. Coming back to the 4 to 7 years for a moment, you will see that there is more homogeneity in the peer group because they are more like you. That homogeneity is slightly less as when we talk about 0 to 3. And finally, if you have 8+ years of work experience, executive MBA is a good thing. And when I say executive MBA, it also includes the specific type of MBA. For example, if you want to do, let's say, PGDBA, Postgraduate Diploma in Business Management, PGDBA, Postgraduate Diploma in Business Analytics. It means that you want to be something specific in the industry. And that kind of commitment can only come when you have spent enough time in the industry. Although that program can be taken up by anybody, but generally preferred by people who have enough experience. And a lot of executive programs that way. Now, interesting thing is this. What is the goal perspective? Let me tell you the goal idea. Goal simply means what is your goal. So if you want to switch your career or your industry, it is a good idea to go for a 2-year MBA because it gives you enough time to get immersed in that. Even 1-year MBA is okay in that case. But 1-year MBA, not the executive MBA. 1-year MBA, like say the one that is offered by ISB. If you want to climb faster in the current path, then you should definitely go for 1-year or executive MBA because you are more sure about what you want to be. If you are studying while working, then part-time online MBA. This is something which I recommend the least. Unless you are happy in your current organization and your organization requires you to have a credential well, and you have spent enough time and you can't devote 1 year, 2 year to that, only then you should go for part-time or online MBA. Otherwise, this should not be your primary goal. And finally, if you are still exploring, 2-year MBA is definitely going to be the calling. Let's mix that. What you should do? Mix your career goal and experience. It is not exactly same. For example, I said if you have 0 to 3 years of work experience, you should do that. Then if you have 4 to 7, you should do that. Then what you should do if you have 3.5 years of work experience? Doesn't matter. In fact, I had 4.5 and slightly more than 4.5, close to 5 years of work experience when I went for my MBA. And I did a 2-year regular MBA. My goals were according to that. I'm going to give you an example as to what do I mean by understanding your goal. There is a program offered by IIM Calcutta, which is for people who want to become techno-managerial leaders in manufacturing. Let's say there is a guy who is an engineer who wants to do something in manufacturing but doesn't want to just create cars, want to sell cars or want to, market cars within that space. But you should know everything about, the internal working of car and whatnot. In that case, that person might decide to go for this program, PGPX-VLM. Now, this is an interesting program. It requires you to have an engineering background. It requires you to have at least 4.5 years of work experience. And what did I say about 4.5 years of work experience initially? That you should go for 1-year MBA. No, yeah, this is a 1-year MBA, but this is more like an executive MBA because it is very specific. And what are the features of it? Very interesting. It is offered by IIM Calcutta, but it is actually jointly offered by Calcutta, IIT Kanpur and IIT Madras, because it is a techno-managerial program. Plus, you are also sent to Japan for a 1-week sort of stint in a manufacturing industry or something like that. This is the level of this program. And if somebody is very much interested into something like that, would want to go for it, irrespective of whatever discussion we have had. And that is why I say, when you take crucial decisions about your career, do not do it on your own. It is a good idea to connect with a mentor. So reach out to us, subscribe to our channel, and feel free to connect with education advisors or the senior mentors. Even reach out to LinkedIn for other professionals, but don't take career decisions on your own. Wish you all the best. We'll come back again.